TheWaterwhispers. Hello, my beautiful friends. Today I am going to do a whisper video only dedicated to whispering to hopefully give you some tingles and relaxation. Before I'm going to get started, I would like to say that I'm sitting on a very squeaky chair. So if you hear some squeaking in the background, then it's my chair. So a lot of you have been asking me if I could talk about my travels and the things that I've seen, things that I've done. So today I am going to tell you in a up-close, ear-to-ear, whispering way what I've been up to in the last 10 days or so. And I hope that you'll enjoy. So I arrived in Canada on the 22nd. I flew on the 21st. And I already told you a little bit about my flight in one of my previous videos that I did. So I have a little schedule beside me. Which I will be using as my guideline because I've done so many things. I don't want to forget anything. So I'm going to tell you what I've done. On the 22nd, I arrived in the Netherlands, and Jos and Ria that own this beautiful boathouse or houseboat. I always mix it up. They picked me up from the airport, and then we drove to this house, and that's where my grandpa and my uncle, the brother of my dad, came to visit me, which is really, really cool. And that's when I saw my grandpa and my uncle again for the first time in about 2 years and 8 months or so, which is really, really cool. And my grandpa actually got a hat from Canada and a scarf that Chris, his grandmother, bought for my grandpa, which I think is very, very sweet because they don't know each other. And yet she decided to buy some presents for my grandpa, and he was really happy with it. I took a picture and I also posted it on Instagram, which I have been posting a lot of pictures on. I've been posting most of it on Instagram, and lots of you have really seemed to enjoy it. All the pictures of the foods and the things like that. So that was my very first day. And then in the 2 days after that, I just decided to spend some time here on this beautiful boat with the people that I've missed a lot, Jos and Ria, which was really, really nice. And then on the 21st of September, which was on Saturday, I rented a car. And the first place that I drove to after not being, I haven't driven a car in about 2 years and 8 months as well. I have not driven in Canada because I didn't really want to either. So I rented a car, which was a Kia Picanto car, 4 doors, or technically 5. And it was a really nice car to drive around in. It was a white car. And I took some pictures of that as well. And the first destination that I drove to was the beach. I decided to drive to the beach first. I absolutely love the beach. And we have a beach in Canada as well, but that is freshwater on Lake Ontario. And that is very different compared to the North Sea that we have here, which is attached to the ocean. the sand with my toes in the sand and in the water, and it was a beautiful, beautiful day. So I went to the beach at first, and I had a lot of fun there, and I just relaxed a little over there. And then after the beach, I decided to drive to my hometown, Haarlem Center, and I recorded some footage there as well, because on Saturday we have the market, so they have a lot of cheese stands and food stands and things like that. It's probably footage that I will also be using on my channel a bit later down the road. Since my time here in the Netherlands is limited, I try to record as much as I can so that I can do a voiceover later down the road when I'm back in Canada. So I went to the market in Haarlem, and after that I decided to drive to my grandpa. So I visited my grandpa's home and his partner, Paatje, and I spent some time there, and my grandpa was really happy to see me. He is 48 years old, or 84 years old, I mean, not 48. And it was really fun to be there. So in the evening, I decided to drive to my grandma. And Yeah, so I went to my grandma, and she was really happy to see me again as well. And that's where we ate green curry that she made. It was really, really yummy. I love my grandma's food. So in the evening, I decided to come back home. Home is this boat where I'm staying at. And then on Sunday, my aunt, which is the sister of my mother, has 2 sons, 2 nephews, and her husband. They live not too far away from here. And since I had a car, I decided to drive to them. And they did not know that I would be there. So my grandma told me about the party and did not tell anyone. So that's where I walked in, and everyone was really surprised to see me. And we had a lot of Dutch snacks, and I took some pictures with my 2 nephews, Maes and Merlijn, and with my uncle that is from Thailand, and my aunt. So it was really nice to see everyone again and to enjoy the foods, the Dutch snacks and things like that, which is really, really nice. So in the evening, I decided to drive to an old friend of mine. He is in his 50s now, and I met him during my animal care study that I did. I graduated in, was it 2011, I graduated, and I met him when I was doing an internship at a bedding store, and we had a good connection, and I pretty much adopted him as family. It's like my uncle, that's how it feels like. So we drove to an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet dinner, and we had some yummy foods there, and I ate some desserts, some typical Dutch desserts that I have not had in such a long time that I really missed. And I had some really good foods there, which was really awesome. So then on the 26th of September, on Monday, I still had the car. That was the last day that I had the car. And that's when I went to visit my foster parents. For the people that don't know, I had my foster parents from when I was 16 to 18 years old, because I was like half orphan when my dad passed away at the time. And they took me in from 16 to 18 years old, which is now 10 years ago. I'm getting old. And I was able to decide what I wanted to eat, so I ate some really yummy cream cheese pasta with smoked salmon and broccolis. And I saw my, I don't know how to call it, but I guess my foster sister and brother, which are 16 and almost 14, I believe. years old now. And they were really happy to see me again. Unfortunately, my foster mom wasn't home because she's on holiday with some friends to Italy. They're both pilots, so they fly around the world very, very often. And it was really nice to see Casper, my foster dad, again. So after that, I drove home and I did some video editing and things like that. So then on Tuesday, the 27th of September, I went for lunch with my friend Crystal. She also came to visit me last year in Canada, and she stayed with us for about a week. And we went to my favorite lunch place, which is called Bagels and Beans. The name is English, Bagels and Beans, and they have bagels and lots of organic, good food stuff. And oh my goodness, it was so good. So I ordered 2 massive bagels, and I ate them both. I took some pictures of that as well. The first one was with carpaccio, which is very, very thin sliced. Well, it's cow, but you call it carpaccio. It's not like beef or anything. It's very lean, thin, juicy, tasting meat with a lot of pine nuts and basil pesto, which was so good on an everything bagel. And then the second one that I took was smoked salmon with avocado and basil pesto and pine nuts, which was also so good. If I think about it, I just want to eat it again. And so that's where I saw my friend Crystal, and it was really nice to see her again, and we took some pictures, of course. And then late in the afternoon, Jos and Ria have a small motorboat, so they came to pick me up in Haarlem, because there are a lot of canals in Haarlem. So they came to pick me up with the boat, which is really cool. And then I took quite a bit of footage with my phone. I didn't have my camera with me at that point, but yeah. So I recorded quite a bit of videos with my phone. Maybe I'll show you some of that as well, because it's really, really cool. And then the next day, on Wednesday, I just had a day for myself. And that's when I went to Haarlem Center, and I did a bit of shopping. I went to one of my favorite New Age stores, which is called Ananda. A-N-A. N-D-A. Ananda. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Ananda. And they have so many beautiful stones and a lot of jewelry and pendulums and spiritual books and stuff like that. So that was really cool. And at the moment when I was there was actually someone who did a tarot card session, so a tarot card reader. And I've always been incredibly skeptical about that, because I always think it's kind of vague, and I did not really know what to expect. But I was there, and they gave, she did free sessions of 10-minute sessions, so I did a tarot card reading session with her. I won't go into detail, but let me just say that everything she said nailed it. I did not tell her anything, and everything that she said are the things that I've been going through in the last few months, and now I finally found myself again, and everything that she said absolutely nailed everything that I've been going through, so that was really cool. You can probably hear the boat squeak because it's very windy outside right now. Maybe you can even hear the wind, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so that was a really cool experience. And I bought 2 pendulums, which I will share later down the road in a video as well. Beautiful, beautiful pendulums. And oh my goodness, guys, I found my Water Whispers ring. stone. And it's in the shape of a water drop, and I thought that was the coolest thing. They only had one left at the time, so I decided to grab it, and I decided to bring it home with me. So yeah, I think it's so cool. So you will be able to see that in more videos. I bought it for my index finger. I believe that's your index finger, right? I always mess up in English. And this is a ring of my grandma that I refound, that I found back pretty much in the stuff that I have here. And then I also bought another stone, which is a moonstone, and that is this one. Also for my index finger. Which is also a beautiful, beautiful stone. So they're both real silver. And I've discovered that the rings of silver and real stones are way cheaper here in the Netherlands, so I decided to buy two. Maybe I'll buy another one in the future as well. Like another one, an extra one. Well, not extra, but you know, like some variety is nice. So you will be seeing these new rings that I bought for both my index fingers. So you will be able to see those in my new videos. So yeah, I bought those two rings, which I was incredibly happy with. And I also bought a dream catcher, really beautiful, and I'll show you that in another video. And I also bought a tiny, tiny music box that you have to move yourself, and then it makes like music. So I will share that as well in a future video. So that was Wednesday when I had my day to myself, pretty much. And that evening, I also ate at my grandma's house again, and I ate potatoes with spinach a la creme, together with homemade meatballs and gravy. Oh my goodness, it was so incredibly good. I shared some photos of that food on Instagram as well, and some people said that my photos make them very, very hungry, and I can't blame them. So that day I also went to my old home. I went back to where I used to live, and if you're curious to know where I lived, it was called the Hooimarkt, number 8. Hooimarkt. It's really windy right now. So yeah, Hooimarkt, Hooimarkt, I mean number 8. So if you want to Google Map that, it's really beautiful where I used to live. And I went to my favorite fish stand over there, and I ate some raw herring with sweet pickles and raw onions. Some people actually find it really, really disgusting, but I've always loved it, so I really missed it. And I also ate some kibbeling, which is deep fried cod, I can't remember how you call it, with some ravigote sauce, which is basically a sauce with mayonnaise, sweet pickles, capers, some chopped onion, and some parsley, I believe, which is really, really good. So if you ever want to go to that fish stand in Haarlem, it's called Bulk Fish. Bulk is B-A-L-K. And the funny thing is, my grandma from my dad's side, her last name was actually Balk, B-A-L-K. So that fish stand used to belong to my family at some point. always does my audio, but he is very busy working, so we'll see when this is getting published. But yesterday, on Thursday, the 29th of September, I went to my grandma's house again because I had 3 boxes with stuff that I was not able to move with me when I moved to Canada. So I went to my grandma's house and I took everything with me to this house, this boathouse. So yesterday evening I went to a lot of old jewelry of my grandma that I left here. My grandmother passed away from my dad's side in 2008. And I also did some jewelry videos with her old jewelry in the past in 2013, I believe, which a lot of people really liked. So that's where I found this ring. It's a very small silver ring, and it's about, by now, this is about 60 to 70 years old. And, oh my goodness, I found a very, very old watch of my grandma that I'm currently wearing. It's so beautiful. Totally forgot I had it. And I've actually discovered that you have to wind up this watch and it's actually still running. So I'm just going to wear it. Be careful, of course, because I don't want to lose it. But there's this little wheel on the side. I wound it up this morning. I don't even know if you say it like that, but yeah. So this little wheel on the side, you have to turn to the top, and then you wind it up. So I have a beautiful, almost antique silver watch of my grandma that passed away in 2008 that I can now wear, and I'm so happy with it. So yeah, I have quite a lot of jewelry now. And then yesterday I also went to some clothing stores, so I did some serious shopping. I got a lot of clothes, which I will probably show you in a future video as well, but I needed some long sleeve t-shirts because, as a lot of you might know, is that a lot of people in the Netherlands are very, very tall. Not me, but a lot of people are in general, so the clothing is also a lot longer. And in Canada, I was not able to find t-shirts that are long enough, like past your hips pretty much. And so I bought 8 long sleeve t-shirts yesterday, and I bought some really cool tank tops. One with all sorts of lipsticks, and then the other one says being okay, this is a swear word that's on the t-shirt, so forgive me. It says fit. Being fit is the shit. Being fit is the shit. So I thought that was cool. And I also bought like a really nice, I don't know how you call it, like a woodcutter shirt. That's how we call them in the Netherlands. It's like black with red little blocks. And then on the back it has a white heart. And it says no bad vibes. So I really like that. And then yeah, that was that for what I've done so far. I think I've done a lot, and I still have a lot of other things that I'm going to be doing. Tonight I'm going to meet with one of my high school friends that I have not seen in such a long time. So I'm going to my favorite restaurant in Haarlem, which is called Brussels. whisper videos, but usually I don't know really what to say